Hi planners. Today I'm sharing 5 rules you need to break now to get your conference to the top of the must-attend list. Breaking these rules will elevate your attendee experiences and have your guests coming back for more. And since we're talking about breaking the rules, I've broken the rules myself and I've taken my blog outside for today. It's kind of nice. I think we can all agree that traditional conference planning and programming has been done in just about the same way for far too long. It's become a little predictable and uninspiring, which is the last thing we want our attendees and participants to feel at our events. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 game-changing ways to shatter these tired expectations, and I will suggest some downloads that will help you do just that. Once you start breaking the rules, you'll find that a world of possibilities will open up, giving you the opportunity to really breathe new life into your conferences, and keeping your guest experiences fresh and your participants guessing. Let's get right into it. Rule 1 is all about on-site registration, probably the most underused aspect of any conference and your biggest missed opportunity. In today's climate of individualism and customization, traditional rules of registration are a desk with a hired or press-ganged help handing out packets of information and badges. It just doesn't cut it. Let's break this one immediately. Here's how to do it. First, locate your registration area in the most central and easily accessible place possible. You want attendees to use this as their home base for every aspect of your conference, and to spend their time there when they're not in session or otherwise formally occupied. So it needs to be smack in the middle of everything that's going on. Then, you need to rethink the entire design. If we want this to be a hangout space, think in terms of an informal business lounge. You'll need to create an environment where people can spend time, network, do a little business, catch up in emails and calls, print their boarding passes, check out what your conference sponsors are all about, and so on. To do this, you must add some conversation areas with soft seating, cruiser tables, intimate tables for 2 or 4, the sorts of things you might see at a cocktail reception, but in this case, more functional, as well as business and daytime appropriate. Surround this social area with your trade show or your sponsor booths and exhibits so that everyone is constantly interacting from the get-go, and keep this space open throughout the entire conference. On actual registration days, we love to add a few stations manned by your knowledgeable staff and conference hosts, who can walk participants through their welcome packet together. They can answer their questions, familiarize them with what may be new or highlighted at the conference, give them the benefits of using the conference app, and show them how it all works. These unique one-on-one or small group consults help participants get what they want out of their conference experience and make them feel that their individual needs are being met. Talking to your participants will individualize their experience and add extraordinary value. It's kind of like the live event version of an Apple Store. Rule number 2, the stand-up welcome reception with a few drinks and nibbles, where we expect guests to create their own meaningful networking experiences. You know the one. There are many ways to improve upon this traditional event, but we're breaking the rules here, so we're smashing this one in a really big way. The very best format you can use to ensure your participants get the most out of their welcome or event is to buddy or group them up and give them an uncommon shared experience. Then, let them network and talk about it. Doing this forces them, in a sense, to forge a meaningful relationship with one or more new industry contacts or colleagues, and they can continue to nurture after the event, throughout the conference, and even more importantly, beyond the conference. This is an approach that is featured annually at the legendary C2 conference in Montreal to great success year after year. Now, you don't have to go as big and splashy as they do to get a similar result, but you do have to be as creative as possible in designing what your uncommon shared experience is going to be. And you must ensure that each of your guests is paired up or grouped together to make this work. An easy DIY version of this is to create a photo scavenger hunt, something we talked about in our last vlog. To do this, you assign a list of photos to your pairs or small groups that they need to take and have validated. These photos can relate to your conference theme, your locality, or they can be fanciful and choose a random theme. The point is to have guests working together and relying on each other for their successes. If you're looking for something more customized, you can hire an event design company like ours, or you can go to a team building supplier. One hot trend is the escape room experience, where pairs or groups have to work together solving puzzles in order to get out of a secured room. That definitely qualifies as an uncommon shared experience. In any case, if you group people together and you put them through an experience, you give them something in common that they can build upon and talk about with others. And that's the kind of event we should be kicking our conferences off with. Rule 3. Doing your awards or recognition at the final night gala. We understand that for some this might be a traditional rule they feel they can never break, but I beg you to reconsider and instead do them on night 1. This will allow you to celebrate your leaders and achievers throughout the entirety of the conference. Let all of your participants know from the onset who they should be getting to know and networking with, rather than keeping that a secret until the very end when it's too late to get to know someone. This is an easy rule to break. It's all about where you place the event. You could replace the welcome event that I just described with your awards event and start your conference off with an unexpected but very beneficial way. Or you could consider an opening awards breakfast or day one awards luncheon. The best way to break this rule is to put the event into the earliest possible slot in your conference program to give participants and winners the most opportunity to benefit from it. To maximize these benefits, make sure your honorees or winners are easily identifiable to attendees. In addition to whatever award, plaque, or trophy they may receive, present them with a lapel pin to wear or a ribbon to add to their conference badge. Follow up your awards event with an informal reception or coffee break in the centralized hub space that I talked about at the beginning of this video. While everything is still fresh in everyone's minds, let them interact with each other. Whatever you do, do not follow up your awards event with a sit-down experience, making it impossible for people to move around freely to congratulate each other and network. Rule number 4, keynote speeches. Speeches being the key word. Hiring experts, innovators, motivators, or achievers to speak to your audience is a rule absolutely begging to be broken. Currently, our attention span is about 7 seconds. So to stay engaged and present during a 30, 45, or even 60-minute long keynote speech is pretty much impossible. There's a very simple way to break this rule, and here's how we're going to do it. First and foremost, communicate with your speaker. Make it clear when you book a speaker that you require them to interact with your audience rather than simply talk to them. Think of it more as a Q&A interspersed throughout the presentation as opposed to a Q&A at the end. If the speaker you want to use isn't comfortable presenting conversationally, ask them to identify 2 or 3 natural places within the traditional presentation where they could check in with the audience. Use your conference app or a specific hashtag to elicit comments and questions from your guests that either a moderator can provide to your speaker or that your speaker can access on their own. They can address comments, questions, and issues coming directly from your audience up until that point in their presentation, and then carry on until the next natural check-in moment. This keeps your audience involved and once again feeling like their individual needs are being met at the sessions they choose to attend, instead of being forced into a one-size-fits-all experience. Rule number 5, standard meal services. The vast majority of conference meals fall into a fairly limited selection of formats. We have served meals, we have buffets, sometimes with action or interactive stations, we have passed, and we have grab and go. How we recommend breaking this rule might be somewhat contentious, and it will certainly require some hand-holding. But if you truly want to break the rules, you have to apply that to how you are serving food at your event as well. Recently, we've been working with hotels, convention centers, and unique catered spaces to bring something new to the table, and here's how to do it. You want to disrupt conventional meal services by combining a variety of traditional styles to create something new called table service. Think in terms of the great dim sum rooms, the fun tapas and snack bars, and the lively Brazilian steakhouses. Essentially, interesting restaurants. This new table service style can feature, for example, food bars where guests can help themselves to a variety of small dishes like snacks or tapas. Alternatively, they can also be dropped family style at the tables with main event options paraded through the room on platters like exotic meats or on swords at a Brazilian steakhouse, or delicacies on carts like in dim sum rooms, presented at tables or roaming throughout the room by waitstaff for guests to choose from. Each venue will have its own take on how they can individually achieve this mashup style of food services, but it's all about variety, and the time is now for breaking the rules when it comes to menus, food service, and presentation. So, now that we've created a gang of planner renegades among you, we expect to see you out there breaking the rules to benefit your events. From turning registration into your central conference hub and providing personalized conference walkthroughs, to giving your guests new contacts in conference buddies. Simple changes like when you honor your achievers, or adding interaction between your keynote speakers and audiences, to starting a new food service revolution. All of these innovations will start with a simple willingness to break the rules and do things in ways you've never done in the past. For more ideas and how-tos on new approaches for your meetings and events, be sure to visit us at reallyfabulous.ca and sign up to receive a variety of useful resources to have at your fingertips. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like this video, please do us a favor and click a thumbs up button down below and share with a friend or a colleague, and subscribe to our channel. We read and appreciate receiving comments, so feel free to leave one in the box below. Stay tuned for our next video in just 2 weeks.